Good morning, guys. Welcome to another beautiful day with us. We are currently leaving the train and we're heading off to Ho Chi Minh, which is our last stop in Vietnam.
Yeah, so it's crazy that it's almost over for Vietnam, but we've got some adventures on after that. This morning, or this afternoon, we're heading off to Vincom Plaza to take the girls to a place called Big Fun, which is a kids' entertainment place that has some slides and some ball pits and a few things like that. So that will help us kill the afternoon. I mean, having 8.5 hours to...
Yeah, so we don't leave until 8:30 tonight. 8.5 hours, as Luke said. So we decided that maybe the playground, it's an indoor play centre, will entertain the girls for a couple of hours, and then we'll have a bit of a pretty late lunch, and then move on to getting some much needed snacks for the train, and then to the train station.
Yeah, so come along, see how it all goes.
We just got into our taxi to take it down to the Vincom Plaza, which is about 4.5 k's away, and it will cost us about 80,000 dong, which isn't too bad at all. When we first got to Vietnam, we were encouraged to use Grab and told that it would be a lot cheaper. But we found out when we got here that in the train, they subsidise the taxis to make it easier for them to make a living. So it actually works out a little bit cheaper to take the taxis, as long as you're taking metered taxis. Just arrived at the train station with about 40 minutes to spare, which is honestly pretty good considering our day. We didn't want to be hanging here for too long, so we spent most of our day at the play centre. So the train that we're catching tonight is on the SE21, and the reason that we took this instead of the more direct train was so that the girls had a longer time of sleeping. So hopefully it works out better. It was a little bit cheaper for us. It cost 2.4 million dong for all 6 of us in the 6-berth cabin, which I will put down below what that translates to in Australian dollar and US dollar. So it shouldn't be too much longer until the train starts boarding. Let's go along and see what happens next. So we've just boarded the train, and my first impressions of this train, we're catching the SE21, which is an older train, and we knew that, but it's a lot dirtier than the first train that we took, which was the SE3, which was one of the refurb trains. So we knew it would be older, we knew it would be dirtier, but as I walked in, I actually seen a cockroach walk across the table. There's no complimentary water or anything that's here like there was in the 3, and the bedding seems like the bed wasn't even made when we came in, so they didn't even make the effort of making it appear as if the cabin hadn't been used. The sheets were off the bed, and it just looks very, there's stains everywhere, and I would think that if cleanliness is a thing for you, which it is for most people, and if I was to take a train again, I would definitely try to get on one of the refurbed ones over something like this, as it's a little bit, it's very outdated, I would say. The first time that we took the train, we took a while trying to figure out how we were meant to get up into the top bunks, and it took us all kind of sitting here talking about it for the person that runs the cabin to come in and show us what we had to do to get up. We must have been making an obvious that we didn't know what we were doing, but it's actually this little step here. So each cabin has one on each level. They're also used to hold up the beds, but you have to put your foot on the cap on each thing and climb up. And you can't, often people are sharing their cabins with other people, so you can't step on each other's beds because it's seen as being very rude here, and I'm sure most people don't want foreigners or other people stepping on their beds. So you have to get around the bed and step on each of these little nooks that they have here to get yourself up into the top cabin. So it's quite a bit of effort and quite a bit of skill, I guess, but the more trains you take, I guess the more of a pro you're going to become. This train seems excessively shaky. Does everyone agree?
It is.
Toilets are disgusting.
Oh, okay. So
Rocky,
Katie's just taken Millie to the toilet. It's not stay away from the toilets, obviously. So 9 hours without a washroom. But we thought we would go through our snacks, what we brought along with us, because obviously the girls are going to go to sleep pretty soon because it's almost 9 o'clock. The train was running a little bit late. But once they're asleep is when the adults play up a little bit. So what we got, which we were lucky that we thought of buying things prior to the train station, because the train station doesn't really have too much at all to purchase. But Katie found these. Well, we haven't tried the onion rings. We've tried the tomato ones, but she found this back when we were in Ninh, and she's got a little bit obsessed with them. I think that they're a little bit like a Burger Man, which if all of you Australians maybe remember a Burger Man, that's what I think they taste like. And then Luke and Thiago have become obsessed with these 4X snack.
Snack back, fall off.
Yeah, so they're super spicy. So the boys really like the spice, and they've become quite obsessed with these chips. Please excuse me and Luke. Luke shared his love and ended up giving me a bit of a flu as well, so we're both a bit sneezy at the moment. We brought along some fruit for the girls because we do try to avoid giving them as much of the bad stuff as we can. So we have 1 banana. We had 5, but we've eaten them today, obviously, while we've been waiting for the train. And we've also got 2 apples with us. And we've found these, I call them moo cheeses, little triangles of cheese, cream cheese, almost. And we actually thought a little bit ahead this time and made sandwiches for the girls. So we went to the bakery this morning and brought fresh bread and got some sandwiches for them. And then me and Katie, we have a very sweet tooth, me especially, and we came across, we've been struggling ever since we're in Vietnam to find anything really sweet, but we came across these cremos. They're almost like an Oreo but way better, and the strawberry flavour is amazing. Thiago's shaking his head at me because he likes Oreos and he likes the chocolate Oreos the most, but this is what we like.
Those are also only 6,500 per pack, which is like 40 cents.
40 cents for a pack of these, so it's a steal if you ask me, because it lasts us a couple of days. And then we found these things, and it was funny. They're called pillows, chocolate pillows, and they're a little wafer and they're filled with a little bit of chocolate. And it was funny because when we first purchased them and we started eating them, me and Katie were having a conversation about how good they would be with milk because it's almost like Cocoa Pops. And then I looked at the pictures at the back, and I don't know if you guys can see that very well, But the serving suggestions say with ice cream or to serve with milk. So we actually brought this packet, and I don't know if we will eat them on the train or keep them and try them with milk. But that's all for us for snacks while we're on the train. We're gonna get the girls settled in for bed now. They've both just been to the toilet. Gonna get them into their pajamas and settled into bed.
Hey guys, so that's us for another day. We're all gonna try to get some sleep. We're gonna do our best to avoid the cockroaches as much as possible, and we will catch you all in Ho Chi Minh.
Good morning guys, it's 5:30 in the morning. We are approximately about 45 minutes away from the train getting to Ho Chi Minh, and we will start getting ready to get off the train.
It's 6:30 in the morning and we've just arrived into the station at Ho Chi Minh. We did organise with our hostel yesterday that we would be here at this time, and they have confirmed with us overnight that it's okay for us to arrive at this time. We're going to head there now and check in and drop our bags and then go and get some much needed coffee. We were so exhausted after that trip that we decided to have a little bit of a sneaky nap when we got back to the hotel. We've all just woken up and showered. We're heading off to see what Ho Chi Minh has to offer us. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow us to see where we're off to next.